And welcome to another wonderful day at Bob Brock Stadium, August 6th the date, and we are looking forward to a Portland Pickles Westland Knights game.
Yep.
I'm the broadcast partner of my partner Ron Clark, and I'm Kevin Herbst, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the baseball game tonight, a little bit about the baseball game last night, and what's in store for you in tomorrow's final episode of the Wild Wild West before it turns into baseball action playoff-wise on Saturday and Sunday. Definitely looking forward to what's in store for us the next three games, the next 3 days, and how we're going to have a lot of fun. And then also what's going to happen at 5:30 on Sunday. So if you don't have any tickets, you better get on it right now. Go onto the website, Portland Pickles, www.portlandpickles.com. Order your tickets. Get them while the getting's good, because pretty soon everything's off into the sunset and gone. Once it's gone, it's gone.
And if you didn't catch that time for the championship game on Sunday, that was 5:30 p.m. The gates will open at 4:30?
4:30.
4:30.
And what time again is that game on Sunday?
5:30 p.m. on Sunday. Don't miss it.
Any prognostication at this point of who may be taking that, or you just going to let things play out as they will?
Oh, it's pickles all the way.
Pickles all the way. There's a pickle. Here's a pickle. Wouldn't you like to be a pickle too?
Absolutely.
And of course you would, except for the gentleman behind us. I don't think, although we are going to try to recruit one guy, but we won't say anything about that. We won't say anything about that till he's over here as our guest, Chase Stevens.
Who?
Chad Chase, Mr. Stevens. Chad Chase.
Yeah.
I get confused coming Chad or Chase. It's one of those new era names that just kind of throws me off.
Back in 2000, we were really confused about our Chads. We didn't know if they were hanging or if they were dimpled.
That's right, and now you look at everybody's either named Chad, Chase, or Jacob. I have a son named Jacob, another one named Trevor, but that's the thing, is that there's certain names that just kind of go with the era. So there's a lot of Kevins that were born in the 50s that are now old geezers like myself. And then Ron has been a name that's kind of gone on, but enough of the name playing game. We're going to play some names right now. Cole Stringer is going to be getting another start against the Portland Pickles. He started back on the July 30th, struck out 10 batters, and only walked one. So he's been doing some pretty good work against the Pickles, and he's looked pretty good on the mound when he's had the opportunity to get out there. The University of Oregon Duck has done a fantastic job. A lot of Ducks in this league, and that's been exciting to see the way the Ducks have come out. Obviously, you've got a lot of Oregon State Beavers that have been around, and also some University of Portland Pilots.
A lot of them.
I want to say we apologize to the young lady down at Corvallis that gets upset anytime we mention the University of Portland. But when the whole league has them, and the most successful team in the league has them so far, but they still have them. So we're going to say, hey, sorry, but not really that sorry.
Right.
Because you got to report the facts, Ron. You just have to report the facts. Facts are is that the Portland Pickles are going to be starting Nick Parr. He's 2-2 on saves this season. 11 strikeouts with a 1.35 ERA, is 6.2 innings this season. Last outing against the Knights, 1.1 innings. Give up 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and no earned runs allowed. So Gherkins Grey Wolves tomorrow is the big game at 2:30. If you happen to see last night's episode, a 2-1 outstanding ball game as it was. And, I don't want to anger the gentleman who's coming up next because he's big enough to hunt bear with a switch. But, there was some stuff that just doesn't normally happen to a Coach Knight coach team. And that was just the wrong place at the wrong time.
It was kind of uncanny to see, but I was happy.
I know you were happy, and I know Chad wasn't happy. Let's bring in Chad over right now. Let's talk.
Come on in, Chad.
How you doing, bud? Not too bad. Let's give you a big elbow bump here and get it on.
Elbows all around.
How's it going, man?
What's up? How you guys doing?
You have become like the worst kept secret in this whole league.
Really?
Everybody's talking, Stevens.
Oh, man.
Do you feel it out there? Do you feel your name being muttered around?
No, I'm just playing out there.
You're just another humble guy, aren't you?
I don't know about that. I try.
They wouldn't say you're humble in the dugout. Is that what you're saying?
No comment on that.
So I want to you look pretty good in purple.
Oh, yeah. I like to think so.
How do you think you might look in blue? Because I've got one here that might fit.
Oh, no. I already got my game.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean today.
I don't know. Pinstripes. They're not your
A lot of
style.
people
They're not slimming on me, the pinstripes.
Pinstripes
Oh,
aren't
dude,
your
you look
style.
good no matter what you're doing, man. You could be driving around in an ice cream truck. You'd still look like a
thank
champ.
you, guys.
So you betcha, man. Tell us about what the Wild Wild West League has meant to you. You've been doing nothing but tearing this league up, and I see today you're over at third base. You kind of were a little bit yesterday at second base. Was that second base? Was that a new position for you?
Yeah, pretty much in college I've just played a lot of shortstop. So I think it's good that I'm getting a chance to play some second and third and just kind of learning those positions.
Sure. Well, versatility is something that's never a bad thing in baseball.
No,
you know,
not
you
at
see it a
all.
lot of times in baseball that guys that usually don't have as much ability as you do that are kind of moved around to different positions, and that's what keeps them in the game. But you know, I'm trying to remember when I've ever seen a shortstop, and traditionally that's the way I see you. When was the last time you saw a shortstop with your size? And the only one that comes to mind for me is Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
And what a better guy to, you know.
No, exactly.
I mean, I don't know if you've modeled your play after him, but certainly his stature, you're definitely right there. So
Yeah, definitely a guy I look up to. I mean, he's the first to do it, which is really cool because there's a lot of people that think you can't be taller. But I think the game's shifting a little bit. So yeah, just trying to play it as long as I can.
one of the things that I do notice is when you have the kind of stature that you do, it kind of gives you the ability to stretch out going left or right at shortstop for that ground ball that might, you know, find a hole on a shorter guy.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think
Yeah, that's
would
why I
be
try
an
to
advantage.
try to tell people.
Yeah,
Yeah, it works out.
You know, why not? So kind of compare for us a little bit. I mean, I know that Brook Knight is, you know, I teased him here in an interview that we had before the league started that we should actually start thinking about changing it to the Brook Knight League instead of West Coast League, because he really does own the league, man. But then you also see his son on the team. And can you tell any difference of him having his son playing for him? Does he show any bit of, maybe, like with me, when I coached my kids, I was a little bit tougher on my kids than the other kids, just because I figured if they saw me being tough on my kid, then they would maybe play a little bit harder just for that. But I don't know if that psychology will work with college guys, because you guys are all so smart anyway.
Yeah.
That's why you're in college. But do you see any kind of difference with the way that Coach Knight treats everybody, or anybody in particular?
Nothing really noticeable. I think he treats everyone the same and fairly. Yeah, but I mean, Briley's a great player, so you don't need to ride him too much.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. I mean, I've kind of been going round with the two players that I'd most like to start a team with, and it's either you or Briley.
Oh,
And,
appreciate that.
You are the man with the size and the prototypical, maybe not even prototypical size, but just everything. You have so many tools. It's wonderful to see.
Well, thank you.
Is there a particular team that you have kind of take a liking to, that now as you're getting, you know, closer to everything moving on to the professional level, that you don't really look at it that way? But who in your upbringing did you have a fondness for?
Oh, a professional team?
Yeah.
I mean, I always liked the Mariners.
Did
Being
you?
a Northwest kid, I grew up
Sure.
in Gig Harbor, Washington.
Oh, well, you got it.
So yeah,
Yeah,
always a fan of the Mariners.
that's a must. You know, well, I'll have to share that with you some other time. Just the kind of path that I've gone through is, you know, there's a lot of teams in there. But, you know, one of the things that, you know, with the Mariners situation is that you can really see how much Seattle is kind of taken to every team that's there. Of course, now they have the hockey team, but the Mariners have been one that's been consistently respected, and it's kind of good to see. So that's good. If you were to be drafted, is there a favorite that you would, or are you just looking for the opportunity to move?
Yeah,
on to
just
the next
the
level?
opportunity.
Yeah, that's a smart way to look at it too, because that way you don't really have to worry about it. Just know that they wanted you. And now
Exactly,
you
that's the
want
biggest
them.
part.
Yeah. Talk about school. Is there any particular, what's your major? What are you looking at?
Yeah, so I'm
University of
doing
Florida?
business finance at school, and yeah, it's set to graduate this year.
Cool.
So excited for that.
Cool. How well do you know some of the other pilots? Obviously pretty well. I
Yeah,
imagine.
I got to feel like all my boys out here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's a lot of
There's a follower on Twitter, I think, that kind of gives us a little bit of grief, because we're always crowing about the pilots and how good it's going to be on the bluff. So sorry again to you out there. I think she's down at Corvallis, but she's a little upset. You know, You know, and who can blame her? I mean, Oregon State has been nothing but just
I know.
the role
They've
model
been
for
winning
college
too
baseball.
much.
Yeah, well, you know, can you guys change it over?
That's the plan.
You're going to see me and Ron over there a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, and I think we're going to see Brooke over there from what I was
definitely.
talking a little bit.
Did you guys see the pictures of the new stadium? You check that
I
out?
have not
have
seen
not,
it.
no.
I've been working too much trying to get this league going and stuff, and you like the way it's looking right
It's
now?
looking really good.
Is it?
Yeah, I think you guys are going to like it a lot.
You know, I'm an old geezer, so I go back to the first night in Chiles Center. So that's been a long time ago. Greg Anthony, who's long since retired and probably well in his 50s now, he was a freshman at the University of Portland, so as a basketball player. But I've always had kind of a fondness for them, growing up as a Catholic myself and having seen the Catholic high schools and the schools back in Kentucky and then moving out here. So it's always been something that's interesting to me. Tell me about your family and what they have done and what, you know, talk about your mom, your dad, your sister, your brothers, whatever.
Shout out to my parents if they're watching.
Oh, they are. They better be, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what the
Give them a
heck?
big shout out there.
Yeah.
Love you, mom and dad.
There you go.
Yeah, they made a lot of sacrifices for me to be here, and they're really supportive. My dad's always throwing me a bat in practice when I'm home. Mom's always right there with them supporting. So they actually were able to come down and make a game.
Is that right?
They made the
That's
drive
awesome.
last week. We played the Pickles.
Well, doing the ticketing and stuff, I kind of pay attention to the last names, and sometimes you can figure out the pitching rotation by just looking at
whose parents are coming.
Yeah. You know, we don't know directly from the coach because they kind of want to keep that a secret, but you know, that's one of the things that we can do. So you've been doing nothing but tearing this league up. Is it you just feel like you're in a groove? I mean, you look at everybody around here; they've all kind of had to lay and wait for something to happen, and now you've got something happening, but it doesn't seem like you've hesitated one step along the way.
Yeah, I've been just trying to kind of play catch up a little bit since our season got canceled early, so just get those at bats. And my goal was just to kind of find a groove here and going into fall baseball and just keep trying to get better.
Does Coach Loomis, or has he said anything to you guys in preparation? I want you to work on this while you're gone. I want you to work on that while you're gone, or is it just kind of uniform for each guy, or uniform the whole team?
I think it depends on which guy. I think that's kind of a personal thing that he'd expressed to them.
Suck. They really suck.
I'm just trying to keep it up.
No, that's all right. The same thing with me. The more I talk, the more. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of just on a personal basis. What he sees you. How you fit into the team, and just personally, I mean, I think every guy is trying to be as good as they can.
Is there one particular angle that you see from Coach Loomis that's the same with Coach Knight?
I think they're both really well respected by the players. I think that's one of the big things for both of them is that they earn their guys' respect, and I think that's really big out of a head coach.
I would think once you lose the players, you lost everything.
Yeah.
If you can't keep their respect and you know, be the leader that they need, the director, you know, if you will. So that's encouraging to see. Talk about your pitching. I mean, you've got some really good pitching on there.
Yeah.
You've got Cole Stringer coming up tonight. You've had James Fenning. Is there, when somebody like that is on the mound and you see 15 scouts in the crowd, does it make it a little bit nerve-wracking, or is it just, it's another day at the ballpark?
I try to just play. I try to, you know, just kind of come out here and have fun. But yeah, it's always good when those guys are here. It never hurts. But yeah, pretty much any of these guys we're throwing out there, I feel confident. I know they're going to throw strikes. So.
You know, last night, I know Ron and myself, we've kind of been over here. Ron likes to hoot and holler a little bit more.
Oh, we hear him.
Yeah, I know you do. I hear him too, trust me. But I was also heard last night because it was a real exciting game, and you know, not really from the aspect of the Knights losing, but just from the Grey Wolves and what they've been through in their course of time, coming away with a big victory. But what's the sense of the team kind of rebounding from yesterday's
I think
loss?
I think you got to look at it as a positive. You know, we got you could say humbled a little bit.
Sure.
And I think we're just going to come out here and compete better today, and just, you know, we only have a couple games left. We only got a handful left, so just play these hard and get back to where we were.
You know, one of the things that I've recognized that, you know, I've been with the Pickles, this had been year 5 if the season had gone along, but, you know, one of the things that really kind of hit home to me, particularly in this league, is and I say this to every player, and I want the comment from each guy, the well-knit community of the Northwest and the players, and then they just kind of, they go every which direction. You're lucky enough that you don't have to go that far when you scatter, but some of these guys do. What's it like when you see year after year these guys that you've played with and grown up with, and how they change from year to year. Have you seen a lot of growth? I mean, has Patrick Mushkon always been like, a WWF
he's a
wrestler?
big guy, yeah.
He's a big dude. I mean, for an old fart, I kind of, but man, he's like tree trunk.
He's been hitting some bombs too. Yeah, it's really cool. I think the stereotype about the Northwest guys is they're kind of late bloomers. We don't play quite as many games, so it's cool seeing guys making big strides and being successful. I mean, I'm always rooting for Northwest guys. So.
What does it mean when you're a player and you see guys come out and do what they do, like we were just talking about Mushkot? Do you actually have guys on these other teams that you root for that you want to see them do well? Maybe not just because they're a college teammate, but maybe because you've known them since, they were 8, 10, 12, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like all these guys having success, not necessarily against us, but definitely follow their other teams' Twitters and all that stuff when they're off at school and just getting updates on how they're doing and trying to stay in contact.
Well, we are going to let you get over there with Coach Knight because I'm sure that he doesn't like to see one of his star players gone too long. So
no, it's awesome. Thank you guys.
Man. You appreciate
you having me on.
We appreciate you, man. So you keep doing the good stuff when you're out there, and just don't be too good. There you go.
All right,
thanks, man.
Take care now.
He wouldn't take the uniform. I tried. You saw me. I tried, but he wouldn't take it. Dang.
Maybe I'll have to heckle him a little harder tonight.
No, you don't want to heckle that guy. He's big enough to hunt bear with a switch. You're going to come over here and, you're going to be eating hot dogs out of an ear instead of a mouth.
Uh-oh.
So we don't want to do that. So just really looking forward to tonight's game. It's going to be a bounce-back opportunity for the Knights. The Portland Pickles, they need to kind of get their ship set straight because other than the lopsided victory the other night, they kind of had struggled a little bit. So hopefully the Pickles can come out and make it a 2-game winning streak. They had a 4-game losing streak before the 13-0 victory they had against the Gherkins.
Yep.
So I want to remind you that there's an exciting doubleheader tomorrow that's going to take place, and you don't want to be missing out on tomorrow afternoon's game. The Gherkins and the Grey Wolves may be the most important game yet played in this Wild Wild West League because a victory could mean a home run derby for the first time ever if the Grey Wolves can pull off the victory.
Yeah, I want to see one of those.
I'm dying to see one myself, so we'll look forward to that if that does happen to be the situation. I know you've got a favorite player out there, and we gotta give a little kudos to one of Stevens' teammates, and that's Gabe Scorrell.
Yep.
Gabe has quietly brought himself. The cream rises to the top, and he's definitely the cream that has risen to the top in this Wild Wild West League. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does tonight as well. See if he can rattle Cole Stringer. We've noticed that he's moved up in the lineup a bit.
He's been having a good year.
He really has been. You were talking earlier before the game, not only is he leading in slugging percentage, leads the league in average, but on-base percentage is phenomenal. And, you look at it, the increase of his skill level over the last couple of years has been just absolutely unbelievable.
I've seen him get a lot better over the years.
Yeah. And, a lot of times you see some stagnancy or something like that because they're not playing with the same people they do all year long, But Gabe has definitely done some fantastic things, and we're looking forward to it again to seeing what he does tonight. So Pickles are 6-6. They're 500, staying, seeing what happens with the win. Looks like we're getting ready to head on out of here. Robert's chomping at the bit.
Let him chomp.
Chomp.
We still have to say hello to Spike.
We do.
Hi, Spike. Hello, Maggie. Got to say hello to you. And you got anybody else?
I just want to let everybody know out there that gives a hoot that Mom came up pretty well in the surgery. There's a report from the boys and the girls. So we definitely want to say we appreciate that. And I guess we're being bumped.
We're out.
I guess we're being bumped. So we're going to go up to Carlo Jimenez and bring you some action right next. Coming up, Portland Pickles and the Westland Knights. Stay with us.